Hey guys, it's Gail with Everything Nash here with Austin, Rob, and Adam from Home Free, our favorite group, talking about the country music cruise and all of the things. Okay, so I'm so excited. I just got back from the country music cruise where it was warm, by the way. It was awesome. And I am so excited to have you on this cruise next year. So tell me why you guys wanted to do it.
Home Free started, doing cruises. At least that's how I met Home Free. So we love cruises. I probably did, I don't know, somewhere close to, I would imagine 15 maybe cruises with the guys. And I know that they did much more than that. Oh my gosh, it was just so exciting to have that opportunity. Guys? By the way, Adam, your mic was muted.
That would help out.
You'll have to excuse my friend. We love cruising. Those cruise gigs were the best because you would get on in the middle of one cruise, perform for that audience, and then you'd leave in the middle of another cruise. So you'd get, and that would just be in the 1 week. And so those gigs were just the best. It was like a vacation, a couple performances that were super awesome. But really, really excited for this one. It's, we've never done just a straight up country music cruise before. And the fact that we have all these artists that we get to, be along with like Clint Black and Tracy Lawrence and Neil McCoy and Shannon. I mean, it's a crazy lineup. So we are very, very stoked.
Okay. Were you reading my notes? Because I literally wrote those names down because it's such a great lineup for you to be a part of. Adam, who are we excited to hear on the cruise?
No.
Use your hands. Just use your hands. You got to join the audio, I'm guessing, is what you probably never did there.
This is amazing.
This is already my favorite interview of 2023. I can tell you right now, the bar is really high. Okay. Yeah. Anybody, who are we excited to hear on the cruise?
I just listed off some, yeah.
Yeah, Rob almost finished saying Shenandoah, right? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like that one of my favorite, vocal country bands, from my younger years. I love them so much. So does my mama.
Check.
Hey, I hear you, Adam.
All right.
There we go.
Had the microphone volume all the way down to 0.
Adam, what are your thoughts on the country music cruise now that you're
I'm so excited for the country music cruise. Come on, yo. This is, I think by my count, the 37th cruise that Home Free has been on.
Wow.
Gracious.
I thought.
Yeah. We started our first cruise in 2007, and it was 4 months in Alaska. And then we did a second one on Norwegian Cruise Lines that was like 2 months, and Rob was on that one in the Northeast. And then we went to a guest entertainer role, and we just did Royal Caribbean ships like one after another, just bang, bang, bang. That's where we met Austin. So we're very familiar with cruising. We love the lifestyle. It's a great time, and super excited that this worked out, that we were able to go back on a cruise again.
Yeah, and we'll probably all be bringing our families. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
I'm going to get to music, but I want to stay on the cruise because I have one more question for you guys. I think what sometimes people don't realize is you're on the boat. Like, it's not like you have a separate, area that you go. You're on the boat with your fans. So what would you say to people who are Home Free fans who are thinking about, maybe coming on this cruise?
It is going to be a very unique experience that is unlike any other thing that you would ever experience if you came to see us at a show on land or at a concert, because it's going to be multiple events that are going to be occurring while on the ship, where you get to experience stuff with us in different ways instead of just the show. Now, the show is going to be great, of course, but there's an intimacy that is unlike anything else that you would experience on land or at a concert venue, because obviously we're all together on the ship. Now, we still want our privacy. Don't get me wrong on that.
Yeah, fortunately, the cabin closes.
Yeah, but you will see us just walking around. Like, we'll be passing by each other from time to time, and we'll be out and about. So you'll be able to interact in a different way.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
So
well said.
Well said, Adam. Well said. Speaking of your fans, Austin, you and I have talked about this a little bit before, but I mentioned this on the cruise last week. I don't know that there's an act or a group or an artist that has more devoted fans than Home Free. Can you guys talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, you said it. It's something special. I think it's a major, if not the most important factor to what we do, and it allows us, to do this for a living and to feel like we can keep moving forward, because we know that as long as we keep making music that we enjoy, that they will enjoy it too. And that's a luxury these days. We're not always afraid that we have to constantly reinvent ourselves to keep our fans around because they're so ADD. No, it's actually quite the opposite. We could never do anything new again. And if we just kept singing the songs we've done, they'd be happy, So it really is a joy having that kind of a support structure in a day and age whenever, that's harder and harder to find for a lot of artists.
And especially you aren't on a major label either. That's worth noting. You guys are grinding this all out yourselves.
I don't know. We have a pretty major label. Home Free Records is it's doing some things.
Yeah.
So.
It's taking off.
It's taking off.
Yeah.
I would add to that there's an infectious nature to the fan base that when they watch our video or they show, they just feel good. Like they feel good about themselves and they just want to keep that feeling. So it just is contagious to other people then. And then they just kind of jump on and they just want to keep coming back and keep experiencing these good feelings that we provide all together.
Wow. Adam, when you started, you're the original founding member of Home Free. Yep. When you started this, could you ever have imagined where we are now?
Nope. I was just trying to get to the next show. Literally. I mean, there were times when we had so many vehicle problems and just so many problems and struggles and things that a band works through when they're trying to discover themselves. And just through persistence and just that desire to want to be performing for people and making music and the effect that it can have was such a driving force to continuing after all of these difficulties along the way. And, eventually we got new, different people in the group that saw the same goals and wanted to have that same traction. So we, just kept it going, and it just kind of kept going one thing after another until it got to the point where I finally stopped and said, whoa.
He did. It was like 2 weeks ago. I remember the moment.
He was like,
it's like, what? And he was like, I'll tell you about it later. And I guess this is later.
Do you remember when that moment was when you felt like, for any of you, when you felt like, okay, we can, like, our hard work is paying off now?
I mean, so we ended up going on a show called The Sing Off. But even like 2 or 3 years before that, we were gigging full time. We were supporting families. So we kind of felt like, hey, we're doing it. Like this is the dream. And then the Sing Off, the very first episode, we performed for way more people than we ever had in the 13 years prior. So that was really kind of the launching point for us. And that got us to a new level. And then after the Sing Off, it was like people were coming to see us, where usually it was like we have to try and win over a crowd at like a festival or a corporate gig or whatever. But people were coming to see us. And at that point, I was just like, everything else is just icing on the cake. Like I'm so excited to be here and just living the dream.
And it's 5 of you that have been together for a really long time. And your dynamic is, I mean, I'm assuming you all still are getting along. You look like you're still getting along on social media anyway.
Yeah, we do. That's like, I think that's a major part of this is that we, let's talk like if we're on tour and we're all on the bus, like we all like hanging out together, especially football season. Hey, Super Bowl's coming up. Like that's going to be exciting. But we really do all get on. It's fun. It's been an interesting journey together, watching all of us go from like, what felt like when I first joined the band, we were really just like kids who, you know what I mean? And now we got fathers in the band, 4 of the guys are married. And we're all, just slowly building our own futures. And it's really inspiring and comforting, knowing that I don't have to go to work every day somewhere where it's only good. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. We have some debates and some arguments sometimes about the music and about processes. But, there's just such a level of respect and appreciation for each other. Like Rob and Tim just went to Belize together. Like
I saw. I wasn't invited.
I'm so sorry. You'll get that next time. Next time we go.
Thanks. How was that, by the way? Was that awesome?
Well, as you know, I'm from Minnesota. I live in Minnesota. And so it was so nice to just escape the cold for a little while. And Belize, I had never really been there before. And it way surpassed expectations. I highly recommend it. You can do like rainforest or you can do the beach. It's like some of the best snorkeling in the world. We had a total blast.
Did you need to? I'm sorry, I'm just getting personal now. Did you need to have Jenica there because she's bilingual, or like if you and Kelsey had gone, would it have been fine?
English is the main language there, so it was, as far as traveling goes, like internationally, it's the easiest thing ever. They take American money. You don't have to get the outlet changer thing, like they use American kind of electricity. Like it. Nice. It was
well. So all right then, I'm sold. I mean,
yeah.
So I'll look for my invitation next year.
Next probably February, because January we're going to be on the cruise.
With me, I hope. Let's talk about So Long Dixie. Great album, and it has some instruments on it, all vocal band Home Free.
Yeah. So what?
No, I love it. But I want to know the process behind it. Okay. That was,
that's a great mentality.
This was already my favorite interview, but that's my favorite sound clip. So what?
So what? Right?
Why now? Like what made you decide that, hey, let's put some instruments on this?
Well, I think it was the song itself, and less that we were like, hey, let's start doing this. Like we chatted about that. And we actually were like, no, we'll just keep doing what we're doing. But then we, Chatham, myself and Tim and Chatham and Adam Wakefield from Texas Hill all wrote that song together. And Chatham came up with this really intricate and beautiful guitar part that, when it comes to trying to arrange something a cappella, we'd have to take that away from the original demo of the song. And it was one of those things that everybody liked so much. We figured, why don't we just leave it? Why don't we just leave it? It's not like we're adding a whole band or anything. And it's something new and something refreshing. It's been really well received. And I think it's really beautiful. So it was just kind of, we just all liked it so much. Everybody was like, why? And then Darren, our main producer and arranger, he arranged the song and he left it there and sent it out. And everybody was like, yeah, I dig it.
Well, I dig it. If my opinion matters, I dig it.
Nice.
It does.
We're on our tour right now, too, which we're adding more dates to. And you're pausing that tour to come back to the Ryman because your Ryman show got canceled. Talk about playing at the Ryman. Postponed, not canceled.
Oh, man, the Ryman is my favorite place to play in the whole world. No doubt. There's something about that space. It's so sacred. Everybody anybody has in any genre has all been on that stage. I mean, it's so historic, from its Opry days. And now it's the Ryman. And obviously they still do the Opry during the holidays there. That we it was the very last show before Christmas on December 23rd. And Nashville got iced over, and they couldn't staff the show. So we were like, well, we have to cancel it. And really, it's just a rescheduled show now. It's not like we lost a day. We put it somewhere we weren't going to be performing in March. So, and honestly, if I'm being real here, I'm a little more excited for a show in March than a show in December at the Ryman. Yeah. It's just more accessible. More of our diehard fans will be able to get there because it's not so close to Christmas, and we don't have to do all Christmas music necessarily. So don't get me wrong, I love Christmas music, but it's the Ryman, so you can do anything there, and it's going to feel incredible. I think it's already almost sold out if it's not sold out. I've heard from a couple people. I don't know if that's official. A couple people have been like, yeah, I bought tickets, and it was like almost sold out already, and that was like 3 weeks ago. So if you can't tell, it's my favorite place in the world to perform. It really is.
Awesome. It's such a magical place. It really is. It's the best venue in the world, I think. Okay, before I let you go, what else is happening with you guys this year? Give me an update.
We're touring all over the place. We're going international style. We're going to be going to Australia just in a couple weeks. We're going to be hitting Europe at some point. I'm not sure when. That keeps getting moved around. And it'll be the first time we're going back to Europe since the whole world stopped while we were in Europe.
Yeah.
So it'll be exciting to get back there. We'll probably be working on more music like we always do. And just getting those tour dates going all over the place.
Do you think that it feels sweeter now? Because Austin, you and I talked about it before, about when you abruptly had to come home from Europe and the whole world shut down. Now we're back full force. Is there a newer, deeper appreciation or not?
I think so. I mean, there's going to be an emotional factor to arriving there and seeing the fans. And, these people have been waiting for, gosh, how long has it been now? 4 years?
Probably four or five. Yeah. It's just 3 from Europe.
Yeah.
Well, I guess because we left. Well, right. I guess I'm thinking about the people that we didn't get to in Europe,
Right.
Like the back half of that tour.
That's true.
Right. So, yeah, it's going to have a special place in our hearts, I think, when we go back there and do these shows and finally get to see the fans in Europe and sort of put a closure to that whole chapter and look forward to the future and moving on and just getting people to feel like, things are going good.
Normal again.
Yeah, normal again. Exactly.
Awesome. Well, I can't promise I'll go see you in Europe, but I'll try to see you somewhere in the United States this year. Maybe the Ryman. We'll see.
Hey, right, please do. Yeah.
Super fun.
Just let us know.
So good to see you guys. Thank you so much for talking to us, and see you on the cruise for sure next year.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. That'll be great.
Big hugs to all of you.
Thank you so much. It was nice chatting with you.